Hi, welcome to my channel, Strategy for Life. This is where we talk about the art of deliberate success. It is based on a book that will come out in May 2026. It's called The Strategy for Life. Now, before I tell you about what is behind this book and what you'll find in this journal, let me tell you a story. It is 326 BC. Alexander of Macedon is on his way to India. He has started from Greece and he has conquered all the lands in between, very successful, and he is standing at the brink of the biggest conquest of his life. And then what happens? So Alexander and his men look into India, and then eventually they retreat. Now, what happens? Now, history has many different versions of what actually happened, right? From his men were tired, the monsoons were coming, the weather was too harsh. Really, for Alexander, who had just gone over Egypt and the entire Middle East, the weather was difficult. We don't believe any of that. Now, there is one book which actually digs a little bit deeper and gives us the story of what really happened. Well, I won't go into the details of what exactly happened, but it boils down to one word: strategy. Specifically, in this case, the strategy by Chanakya, who we know as the author of Arthashastra, which is literally the art of strategy. Now, strategy was important from that time. Strategy is even more important now. So what is strategy? Strategy, the word itself, came into being only in the 1800s, and you can trace it to two words: stere, which means to spread, like a biological organism. The more you thrive, the more you spread, and ag, which is to drive. So you are literally driving something with intention and energy, and it spreads like a healthy, resilient organism. So that is literally what strategy means. Now, what does that mean for us in this modern age? So we live in an era where things are very different from what it used to be. In particularly, I want to talk about three things which makes our age so unique that every individual needs a strategy for life. So the first thing is uncertainty. You know this. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone a year from now or 10 years from now. We think we know something, it changes all of a sudden. That is the uncertainty that almost all of us live with on a daily basis. We need to know how to deal with it, not just deal with it, to thrive in it. The second aspect is complexity. Now, complexity is a word that gets thrown around a lot, and often it gets confused with complication. So you need to be careful, but complex systems are things that are so interconnected, it's sometimes hard to disentangle them. And the answer to complexity is not generally just to simplify them. You have to approach them with the right level of nuance and understanding, and have the right approach, strategy, to deal with it. Now, you might think uncertainty, complexity, oh my God, what world do we live in? But there's a third aspect of the current world that we live in, and I think one that gives us much hope, and that is agency. Now, agency is our ability to really drive our own life, to change the circumstances of our life, our ability to know that what we do affects our life, right? Now, if you look at the ancient world, the world of kings and the world of even 2 generations ago, your life depended a lot on what you were born with: the economic situation, the geography, your parents, your community, and so on. But fast forward to our current era, we have so much more opportunities. Whether it is social mobility up or the downfall of someone, it is much more mobile than it used to be. And it is much more dependent on our own actions, our ability to take the right action and to drive it through. So that's what I call agency. So now this combination of agency, complexity, and uncertainty, 3 critical factors that define our current world, puts us in this unique position where it is important for all of us to have a personal strategy. Now, how do you go about doing that? That is what I describe in my book, The Strategy for Life. Now, why should you believe me? I used to be a strategy consultant in one of the top strategy consulting firms in the world. I was a partner at McKinsey, and I have helped Fortune 500 companies and their CEOs and CXOs come up with time and tested strategies all over the place. Not just that, strategy has been a love of mine from very young age. I used to play competitive sports, and I realized early on that I'm not that big, not that fast, and not that strong. But what did get me winning, and I did win a few national championships in my youth, was strategy, the right approach at the right time. And I have taken this throughout my life, where I have now been able to create a life that I want. And I credit that, of course, to luck, but also to clear strategic thinking. So, what I have tried to do in this book, and I will try to do in this channel as well, is to distill years and years of learning, not just mine, but from those in sports, in those in business, and those in war. Three arenas where strategy is used over and over again and has been used for several years. I will try and distill that into frameworks and toolkits that you can use in your daily life. And that's what I hope to share with you in this channel. I hope you will enjoy it, and I hope that it will help you to lead a life that you would be proud and happy to live. So welcome to Strategy for Life, and please do leave in the comments anything that you would like me to cover in this channel, and I look forward to sharing my strategy for life with you.